relations, relations, and relations. It's the same thing actually as we say location, location, location. But now it's not on about location, it's only relations. And the relations in between man and a woman is a very, very difficult philosophy. And somebody wants just to eat, like my TC cat, somebody wants something else, a little bit more than relations. And what do I mean with this? First of all, let me say you hello everybody. How nice to see you again and again. And I am very happy to have this little friend. Thank you for your kindness, regards and reviews according my TC. Mr. Paul thought I am saying PC. TC cat, a lovely TC cat. So many people vote for that little name about our girl. She knows that she has to behave, especially on camera. And now, my dearest TC, we're gonna talk about relations. She wants the relations as well, because every person, every human being, and even the cat and the dog, and every animal wants the good relations. Well, let me tell you a few things. How do I imagine the best relations? And of course, I am not an expert. Of course, I will be telling you my story or my experience about it. But overall, I am more than sure that the best relations are based on the truth. So if the people are honest and believe and trust, the truth and trust are the same words. If they trust each other, then people can really be safe. And most of the times, when people say, no, we fell in love with each other, and then how we will be going all our life. But one thing, when the routine of the life, the ordinary life, will be swallowing them, or they will be just swallowed by the routine or the everyday troubles of the family, especially when the children come in, and especially when anybody else start to be involved in that relations, which is worse now. But I would like to tell you that love is a thing, a good feeling, but I'm afraid love is very soon disappearing somewhere in the air, should I say. Yes, it might be staying somewhere there, but most of the times, what is love? It's that sense in the stomach that when you see that person, we say we have a butterflies and something's going on with our hormones, obviously, because love and hormones are very good friends, should I say. But most of all, in my opinion, people should have a trust, and the best relations first, I would say, would be based on the trust. The second, I would say, it should be respect. The respect, now we're not talking about respect to the woman or respect to the man, just respect each other as they are both not perfect. So, just in my words, I would explain it. Get each other with their own bad habits. And let's not forget that as we growing or as we getting old, our habits becoming even worse and worse. They are not becoming better and better, or even worse, they are not disappearing anywhere. They just staying there, and we have to deal with all these habits in between each other. And the third, I must say, the good cooperation in between. It should be sort of deal, if you understand me. The cooperation, when I say, we women or the men shouldn't hang on each other the responsibility which can be done by us. So this is three notes, I must say, or three meaning, really huge meaning of these words should be standing together and going well with the relations. Because I remember well in the previous life, and I'm still saying to you, I am not the most perfect person. Nobody is, as I said before. But in the previous, can you imagine 22 years together with another 3 years, actually past 25 years, that took me to understand that I'm just in a serious trouble, or I was going to that huge hole, which was done probably by me, by myself. And because I spoil the people around, I used to. And I'm improving, and I'm not going to do that mistakes anymore. Because you have to, once you've done your mistake, you have to learn on your mistakes. And what do I mean by spoiling it? When I could have seen the weakest days of the in a previous life of the man who I live with, it's my daughter's father. I realized that the worst thing I can do, just put on my shoulders all the heavy job, whether it's earning the money, whether it's doing something in the house, whether it's any other responsibilities in the house. And at the end of the day, I was, first of all, physically tired woman. She just goes to the bed tired, like an angry dog, should I say, but the tired dog who has done everything to the world. And when you turn around, you think, what about me? What about my wishes? What about my wantings, should I call it like that? And you will understand me. And then huge complaint was talking inside of me and saying to me, well, it's your fault. One side of me was spoiling somebody around me, and then another side of me, or another one of me, was saying to me that it's your fault. So this is how I had to go and deal with my own self until I teach myself and taught myself how I should be improving. And slowly but surely, I understood what should I do. But then some people, you see, they're thinking, oh, we've got the children, no matter how many children you've got. Our case was a little bit simple because we didn't have anything to share in between us. But that situation was so much over me that I must say that it was overfilling me, and I couldn't normally breathe as a free person. I couldn't go and meet my friends. I couldn't go and sit anywhere for a coffee. I couldn't visit just didn't have time for anything. I barely had a time to go and buy some perfume for me, because all I was doing is pleasing the people around me. Well, I'm not on about my children, luckily for me, because I was so much working and hard worker person, because I realized there's nobody can do anything if it wasn't me. But then I realized that my children need a little bit of attention too. Luckily for me, as I said before, they were the quite independent two grown-up people who were looking after themselves well. But that period where I wanted or had to be with my children, that period was missed, and was missed by the main person, their mother. So this is what I feel very sorry about, the time that was missed, but nothing can be returned back if you understand, and there is no point of regretting what's past. And all I was wanting right that period of time, just to look in the future and to find somebody or anybody, whether it was just a friend, was it a girlfriend, or was it my mother or sister. Unfortunately, my sister, the only sister, died. She was a very good advisor and a kindness person for me, but I didn't have her anymore that very period of time, and I didn't know who to complain. And I understood that whoever I complained, they all had their own problems, and there is not a family where there is not misunderstandings or troubles or the problems to be solved. But overall, when people doing everything together, when the man is working and bringing the money in a house, and the woman is working and bringing the money in a house, when they both ask each other, each other's advices for the certain tasks, when they both happily staying hours and hours with each other to talk, to go for a lunch or the breakfast, or nothing can be better or much more happier. But all this I was missing, and I was just feeling myself when I was going out for some quick shopping for the house, and I mean products, the food to be brought at home. I was running and hardly could be on time to run to my second job. All I want to say to you now, there is all for that solution. There is a few notes that I should be giving you from my experience in order not to step on the same troubles. And if you or somebody of you think, oh, how it's going to be, we have to share this and this, let it go. Your happiness, your health, your calm psychology will tell you thank you thousands of times. Rather, you will be spending your nerves, your emotional system will be gone and destroyed by sharing or going through the courts or proving to somebody who's not deserve anything like that. And some women or men, they think, oh, if we have 3 or 4 children, my husband will never go away. No, it's a myth. It's a huge myth that sometimes is very, very mistaken. No matter how many, you can have 12, 11 children, 11 boys, let's call it the football team or whatever, boys or girls, children they are. Believe me, the man, when he is already have the mood of any other woman, for some reasons, he will leave you and happily leave you with your own troubles. So it means you have to say goodbye and have to say, I am free now to build my own future life, to support my children, and these children will become your best friends. So all it is, if you sacrifice in the beginning, there is something above you, believe me, that will come and help me. Because don't forget, also there is one rule that I love to say: what goes round comes round, or it's other way around, but I'm sure you all know all this, what I'm saying. Overall, I would like to say a few notes, just a few notes for you to achieve, or maybe even if you try, but if you don't try, you will not achieve. A few notes which I did note for me, and I would like to share it with you. First, love yourself. Firstly, it's yourself. If you are not well, mentally or physically, nobody will love you. So first, what we need, love yourself, care about yourself, give to yourself, present to yourself sometime more than you used to do before. So buy for you some nice clothes or whatever it's necessary for you that very moment of time. Then you should understand your territory. You always support your territory no matter what. So don't let anybody to step on your territory, should I say, and destroy that freedom or that calmness, that pretty beautiful, beloved territory of yours. Never let anybody do it, no matter how much he or she loves you. So leave that very territory for you. It's like your castle. It's like your independence territory. You always can come there and cry to yourself, or just a simple telephone talking if you want to discuss it with your closest people. So this was the second. And the third one, never think that somebody owes you. Nobody owes anybody anything. Just the person, if you're looking for a good man, the person, if he's really good, you will understand it within a week or maybe maximum 2. If this man or woman ready to do anything especially for you, then you will realize that yes, that's a special man or woman for me for the rest of my life, and I will be happy. And I honestly wanted to do this all conversation long before, and I will be still thinking about a few moments of the life. And of course we all read articles, we hear stories around how hard it is to be alone. But sometimes instead of being in whatsoever relations and feel yourself like I did feel once upon a time, should I say, it's better to be alone. And loneliness is a best thing sometimes, depending on the period of time. In a loneliness, we understand what we want. Now we have more time to talk with ourselves and ask. Many times ask yourself, what do you want, my dear? Love yourself, respect your territory, and remember, nobody owes you anything. To be independent is much better, of course, but if somebody provide anything for you with an open heart and open arms, just without any blaming you, but please take it with a huge respect. Overall, I would like to say that I'm happy that I talked about this lovely task. This is a very, very different and very hard philosophy task for all of us human beings. And I wish you to be all happy, to be all healthy, to find your second, your person, where you will feel the happiest person in the world. I did find one, and I thank God that I'm happy today. Thank you very much again and again, and see you in the next of my interesting stories and videos. Loving and kissing you from the bottom of my heart.